Hello, friends, and welcome to Willis Wit and Wisdom. It is another episode number 44. Um, and it's hard to believe, but I'm Eric Willis,
And I'm Bob Willis.
and together we're father son. I'll let you figure out which is which. And
hmm
yep. Uh,
hmm
Dad, it's been almost 2 months.
It has.
Well, actually, it
Since
has been over 2 months.
it has. I think May the 6th was our last one. And on May the 7th, I had a birthday. And so I guess I'm just now sobered up or something so we can get
Yeah,
back together.
you're
Yeah.
finally able to get back into it. So,
Right. Yeah.
yeah. Actually, we've had some pretty exciting things happen in the past couple of months, and so uh,
Yeah. Fill
we,
us in.
yeah,
Yeah.
we can share what's going on. But
Yeah. Yeah.
who wants to go first?
Hey, I want you to go first because you've got a larger family and there's been a lot going on for you.
Yeah, sure. Well, first, to those of you who are subscribers to Willis Wit and Wisdom, thank you so much.
hmm
And our plan, we'll share our plan with you going forward as to how you can continue to receive the content from Willis Wit and Wisdom.
Yep.
Um, but give you a little update on life. Life happens, and some of that is actually good and positive, and some of it is not. And so this past couple of months, we have had a season of blessings in the Willis home. Uh, our third son Josiah got married, and to a young lady from Pennsylvania. So anyone from
hmm
Pennsylvania out there, hello, beautiful
Yeah.
countryside. We were out there in Amish country, um, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful state. And so we welcomed Madison to the family, our third daughter-in-law, and we're very excited about that. But um, part of the past couple of months is the week before the wedding, we took a road trip. So we have five boys, and so I rented a 15 passenger van from Dallas, and we hit the road heading toward Pennsylvania. And along the way, we stopped and played disc golf courses. So me and the boys really enjoyed disc golf as a sport. Don't know if you know what disc golf is. It's kind of like real golf, except you play it with frisbees. So, um, but it's kind of fun. That was a great trip, great conversation with the boys. Learned a lot about them. They learned a lot about their dad, and so it was a great time together. And the wedding was beautiful as well. So we had that wedding going on. Um, I'm also pursuing my doctorate, and so I'm at that stage where it's demanding a little more time and
Yeah.
intensive energy on my part. I'll give an example of what I'm reading. This is one of the books that I'm reading. Uh, it's the Oxford Handbook of Positive Organizational Scholarship. So there you go.
Wow.
So
That's a 5 pound book.
yeah, yeah. Uh, and it will eventually become a doorstop for me, but right now it's my bread and butter for my
Yeah.
doctoral research and things. So, um, but our family's doing well. We're healthy, and we have some house projects we're working on as well. Um, my wife is a nurse in the public school system, so we've enjoyed some time off for her before she ramps up to get back involved in August. But
Mhm.
that's kind of a snippet of what's gone on in this side of the Willis household. How about you, Dad?
Well, you are in a growing family, adding some numbers. What's
Okay.
what's that about?
I didn't know if you wanted to brag on becoming a great grandpa or you wanted
You
me
got
to
it,
say I'm going to be a grandpa. But
Grandpa
yeah,
Eric.
yeah. So our oldest son, Caleb, and his wife, Kim, let us know that they're expecting a child in October. It'll be our first grandbaby, and they had a gender reveal party
Mhm.
during this past couple of months. And so we're going to be welcoming a baby boy into the family in October.
Yeah, imagine that, a Willis boy.
Shocking, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, since you have 5 boys, why not? But we'll allow us to have some girls later on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, that is an exciting couple of months. There's been a lot packed in for the couple of months for you folks. I know it's always busy schedules with school and got boys home from college, boys getting ready to go back to college, back into high school. Luke, I guess, gonna be a senior.
Senior
Your
in high
youngest will be
school.
a senior, right? Senior in high school this year. So yeah, a lot of interesting things happening. And it's kind of something that's happened with us since Memorial Day. Actually, we started the Great Passion Play again with the in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. I'm the sculptor there at the Passion Play. For those of you who are not aware of it, I have a shop there where I sculpt throughout the day and visit with people. Have a lot of grief materials in my shop. Imagine that.
Mhm.
That's my passion, sculpting and grief work. But each evening before the play, I'll sculpt a bust of Christ in clay in a 30-minute time frame while I'm sharing and talking. And I love to do that. So we have Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday plays, and so those are scattered out through the week. So we're in Arkansas a lot of time. Spend a lot of time in Arkansas and back and forth to Oklahoma. But it's a real delight to meet people from actually around the world that are coming there, not just the States, but around the world. And it's interesting to find those who cannot speak English, but they come and watch the play because they know the story and they
Mm.
can relate to the story whether they understand the words or not. So they're watching the story of the last week of the life of Christ and they know that story and they can watch it and get excited like everyone else. And they can't communicate to us, but they communicate with each other all the way through. So yeah, a lot of Asians will come and do that, and that's rewarding to see that.
That's
And
beautiful.
so, yeah, the Passion Play is going well. We'll go through actually the end of October with the Passion Play. October 31st, I think, is our last performance. So a lot of good things happening there. There's always some negatives, some opposition, and that took place about a week ago, early one morning, before anyone else was up. There was a group that came in, and you know, on the property of the Passion Play is a Christ of the Ozarks. It's like 64-foot tall sculpture of Christ. It's the largest sculpture of Christ in North America. In fact, it's the fourth most visited statue in America as far as the number of visitors. There's like 8.8 million people come to see that.
Mm.
But a group came in and scaled almost like mountain climbing to hang a banner across the front of that bust of Christ or the statue of Christ that said, "God bless abortions." And they took a picture of it. They put it on their website. They're now selling shirts with that picture, T-shirts on their website. And it was discovered early. Of course, they were already gone. And so the staff from the play had a truck to come in and remove it. But it's interesting. Someone on social media took that "God bless abortion" and changed it to "God bless adoptions" and put that word out there. And so, there's a different spin to it, but still, it's there's an active organization supposed to be artists that are activists, and they just want to go across the nation spreading the word. Well, their message and their word does not agree with the one where they were, and that we're trying to reach out to people and give hope, and we're always reminded that Christ gives forgiveness, and He'll forgive them too, and He'll change their lives too, but there has to be a willing heart. And so our prayers are for those people and for that group. But it's been a learning experience, a lot of support, absolutely coming that way, and so we're glad to have that support. But if you're if you're praying, a person who prays, pray for the Passion Play. We want the message to continue. America needs the Passion Play. This was evident of that,
Yeah.
that America needs the Passion Play. So we're picking up speed, using this as actually something to stand on instead of any kind of an obstacle. And so it's been exciting to see what God's doing through it. Working on a lot of special sculpting projects, some smaller pieces that I'm doing that have a message relating to some of them related to grief, but certainly compassion is what I'm putting in sculpture pieces. I've got one, they start in my heart, go to my mind, and try to come out my fingers. That's kind of the process.
Yeah.
And so I have some still in my heart, some in my mind, some in my fingers. They're all flowing through. So I'm thankful that God's given the opportunity to do that and bless me with some health, and within the past year and a half, had a couple of heart attacks. I was just sharing with Eric earlier that I guess in February I had a heart attack, and the doc put me on the medication to slow my heart down. He said, Bob, I want you to take this medication for the rest of your life. And he gave me a 30-day supply. So I began to think, okay, kind of like a 90-day supply, at least stretch it out a little bit
At
further.
least.
But yeah. So it's exciting to see the health being restored, and feel very healthy. I continue to do what I'm supposed to be doing. God has a purpose for me and for my life, and that's what I want to continue to do, is touch people's lives. And in the area of grief, in the area of sculpture work, it all comes together. And I'm on a committee as far as a sculpture in Natchez, Mississippi that we're working on. There's a large committee of about 30 people. And so it's going to be a project probably 4 or 5 years before it will be completed. But it's a process, and I'm enjoying meeting the people that we're working with, and just watching a community bond together and heal some old wounds. That's good to see that and to hear that. And that's real refreshing. But we're doing fine around here. We staying busy. I seldom sit back and put my feet up. If I do, I'm sketching something. So
Right. Yeah. Always working on something. So.
Yep. Got to. Yep.
Well, thanks for the update, Dad, and a lot of stuff going on. And like I said, life happens, and we're trying to. What I've come to learn is that I can either try to balance everything, or I can just live in the rhythm of what happens. And I think living in rhythm is a better way to do that. Yeah, I noticed that you muted yourself there for a second. So
yeah, I had a call to come in.
Okay, there you go. Someone wants to talk to you.
Yeah, I'll chase them. I'll catch up with them.
We'll live in the rhythm of this moment, and
yeah,
we'll
do this program. We'll shoot for every Thursday, or do it in pencil.
Yeah, so that's the rhythm that we'll live in. There may be a new Willis Wit and Wisdom come out next week, or it may be a couple of weeks down the road, but we will continue to put some content out there for you. Dad, how can folks find you?
Best way to find me is they can find me on Facebook. Every morning I'll do a little article on grief or living life, like something called a morning moment. But they can find me by looking at Bob Willis on there. It'll be this face on Facebook. So that's the best way to look at it. And I have an email that rwillis14@cox.net. They can email me any kind of questions, if they have a question for me or a topic they'd like for us to discuss. rwillis14@cox.net. How about you, E?
Yeah, reclaimleadership.org. That's the ministry that I founded. I'm executive director of and chief consultant for conflict there. And so reclaimleadership.org is a ministry to pastors, missionaries, those in spiritual leadership, where I can come alongside and minister to them through the chaos of life. So
yes,
that's how you can find me, reclaimleadership.org on the interweb, if you will.
Yeah.
All right, Dad, it's great to see you, and we'll do it again sometime.
Yeah, let's do. Okay, I love you.
Love you too, Dad, and thanks everybody for joining us. We'll hope to see you soon.
All right, bye-bye.